Podcorn. This podcast is brought to you by MC2424A, IPRMSA, UITM, Malacca Chapter.
Assalamualaikum and hi everybody. I wish every one of you an amazing and healthy day. Guys, you are listening to Grayish Greenpeace and I am Afika, your host for today. This podcast is given to you today by the IPRMSA Malacca Chapter and we address the Sustainable Development Objective Target 11.7, which discusses providing access to secure and inclusive green and public places. Today, we will discuss an important problem that is happening in our country concerning the status of our country in terms of the environment. Without wasting our time, let's get started right now. Whether you notice it or not, the temperature in our nation is rising, particularly in urban areas. The temperature in cities is greater than in rural areas. The temperature in urban areas is higher because there are more structures, less green plants, and too much carbon monoxide. There are still numerous plants in rural areas that absorb carbon monoxide and process oxygen. As a consequence, rural places grow calmer and more pleasant. You must have missed it right. Come on guys, nature is so hot right now. Humans are harmed by extreme temperatures. Oh no, this is quite risky. We must take action. The Go Green campaign is one of the action steps. Are my adoring listeners aware of the name of this campaign? Okay. Go Green campaigns are extensively utilized to raise public awareness of environmental concerns while also instilling green behavior. Malaysia, as a developing country, is taking the first steps towards turning green, and both the government and non-governmental organizations, which is NGOs, have been urged to run Go Green campaigns to inform and educate the people about green behavior. Do you guys know what green and public spaces are? Green and public spaces are known as open places that are partially or entirely covered with grass, trees, water sources, plants, or other sorts of vegetation. The typologies of public and green spaces are determined by a range of factors, including size, facilities, and distance from residential areas. In the context of the United Nations 2030 Agenda, public and green spaces play a critical role in promoting city sustainability and citizen well-being, namely in the link between humans and nature, as well as in the numerous benefits to human and environmental health. According to the Ministry of Science, Malaysia's forest cover has decreased by 19.3% in the previous 30 years, and the area has been turned to agriculture, mostly for rubber and palm oil plantations. So, habitat loss has happened in the conservation of Panthera tigris, which is Sumatra tiger, and Malayan tigers in Malaysia. This is so sad. Okay, development operations will also have an impact on roughly 300 wild animal species, 750 bird species, 350 reptile species, 165 amphibian species, and other creatures such as invertebrates and microorganisms. Next, let's now go on to our second section, which is about urban green areas in Malaysia. Green places in cities have their own significance. Don't you all have the same feeling? This is because the city is overcrowded with buildings. As a result, the importance of these urban green areas is to increase the number of green plants in the neighborhood. As we all know, there are several benefits to operating urban green spaces in our country, including enhanced environmental conditions, sustainable development, and economic implications, visual appeal and biodiversity, psychological relaxation, support physical fitness activities, and so on. One example that I can give to you that Malaysia have green places is Putrajaya. Putrajaya, which is 25 kilometers south of Kuala Lumpur, was designed and constructed around the idea of a garden city. Wow! Attempting to strike balance between the incorporation of open space, protect wetlands, governmental buildings, and neighborhood housing. Putrajaya is the result of meticulous transportation planning, effective land use planning, and a wealth of public amenities. Putrajaya's environmental management strategy is centered on creating artificial wetlands to manage stormwater, clean the water supply, and provide a home for fish and birds that increase the biodiversity of the region. Over 30,000 people, mostly those who work for the government, are encouraged to live in the city thanks to subsidies. With the construction cost of nearly $8 billion, Putrajaya ranks among the greatest development projects in Southern Asia. Dear my listeners, I believe that everyone enjoys spending time in attractive and calming settings such as parks, lakes, and green spaces. They were 9 of Malaysia's most beautiful city parks and green spaces for your information. Wow! Isn't this interesting? Okay, I will tell you about 9 of them. Prepare yourself and pay close attention so that you may visit those locations this week as well. First, Taiping Lake Gardens in Perak, Anjung Feria in Putrajaya, Taman Tugu Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur, Forest Research Institute Malaysia in Selangor, KL Forest Eco Park in Kuala Lumpur, Tropical Spice Garden in Penang, Labuan Botanical Gardens in Labuan, Perdana Botanical Gardens in Kuala Lumpur, and finally, you must be tired of taking notes, right? Okay, finally, the nine location is called Mount Kinabalu Botanical Garden in Sabah. Here, I would like to emphasize the importance of green space, particularly in rural places. I am convinced that there are still many people who are unaware of these issues. Dear listeners, I hope that after hearing this podcast, you will all travel to those places to reignite the spirit of green soil in your soul. Ha ha ha! Don't make any accusations because metropolitan places such as Kuala Lumpur have already offered this green space. Don't forget to go find out. We reached the conclusion of the episode, dear listener. I'm grateful for your willingness to listen to my podcast all the way through. Love. Thank you very much. I hope that all of the knowledge I have provided has been useful to you. Wait. One more thing. Don't forget to press the like button and if you can, subscribe to this channel because it has a lot of new information. Okay, that's enough. I think I've rambled a lot. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye everyone.